Hey folks, home earlier than expected again today. It's alright, I got plenty to do. But folks, welcome back, by the way, welcome back. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All you new subscribers, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And for those of you who have been following me right along, I appreciate it. Thank you. So, I like to know where people's brains are. Seems as though the human brain has dummied down. And I know that seems negative. I know it does. It seems pessimistic. It seems pretty not positive, right? Been a long day, folks. People just aren't thinking. They're not putting A and B equals C. They're not connecting the dots. They're just like they're on automatic pilot. They're not even thinking, folks. They're not adding one and one. Wonder if they even know what number one is anymore. I spoke to someone today. Asked her how it was going. She said pretty good. Hadn't seen her about 4 months since I got done work. And I said, how are you liking the price of all this food? The gas. All this stuff going on in the world. What do you think of all that? She said, well, she goes, it's only me. And it used to cost me, and she said the number, I don't know what it is. But it's costing her now $50 more a week to live than it did 4 months ago. $50 more a week. I said, boy, that adds up, doesn't it? She goes, yeah, it's $50. She goes, I'll scrape somewhere else. I'll come up with it. I have already. I said, $50 a week? I said, that's $200 a month. That's a lot of money to come up with. She goes, I'll find it somewhere. I'll cut back here and I'll cut back there. I'm not too worried about it. So she's stuck on that. She watches CNN, folks. That's all she watches. So that ought to tell you something. But I said, you do realize that's $2,500. If the prices stay the same right now, that's $2,500 more a year you're spending on the same amount of food you did 6 months ago. Well, she just looked at me, folks. She hadn't even added that up. She hadn't even figured that $50 more a week is going to add up to $2,500 more a year. She hadn't even thought about that. She's going week to week. I said, all right, $2,500 more a year. I said, if the prices stay exactly the same right now, that's how much money you've got to come up with every year, or this year. I said, what if things start going up even more, which they aren't going to, you know. I said, what if it doubles? There's $100 more a week, right? That's $5,000 more a year, folks. And her eyes bugged right out. She just looked at me. She was flabbergasted. She hadn't even thought about that, folks. Hadn't even thought about it. I said, what if they triple? What if they go even higher than that? How much can you cut back? And I thought she was going to cry, folks. I really did. I thought she was going to cry right there. She said, well, it can't be that bad. It won't be getting that bad because our government hasn't told us that it's going to get that bad. I said, you've got to be kidding me. They don't care about you and I. They don't care about us. You know, it's going to be up to us to put pieces together and realize it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And she goes, well, how you doing? She goes, I heard chicken feed's going up. I said, yes, it is. I've got to do more birds in. And she goes, well, I don't have birds, so, you know, I just have to worry about my own food. I said, and gas, and electric, right? And everything else that you buy, you've got a kitty cat, right? Has the price gone up on that? And she said, yeah, it had. Said if it got up any more than that, she's going to have to go to the lesser brand and hoped her cat liked it. People are not thinking, folks. They're not thinking past their nose. They're not putting one and one together. They're not connecting the dots. They're just not. They're not even thinking. It's like something has happened up in their brain that's allowed them to be passive. Just passive. It's like they have this inability to think and reason and ration and forethought and planning. You know, everything is good. It's just a transition, or our government will tell us otherwise. Wow, folks. Wow. So, I don't get it. So, it's frustrating. It's frustrating talking about stocking up on food. It's how many times, in how many different ways can we say this? You know, there are some days when I just want to just stop talking to people, and I have for the most part. Honestly, I have. I say it on here. But if your eyes aren't open, they're probably not going to be open. You know, and she said, well, she goes, I can grow a few tomato plants on my patio. And I said, absolutely, and you should. And cucumbers and probably squash and whatever else you can grow. I said, can you afford an extra $5,000 out of your yearly paycheck? Can you afford that? She can't. We're poor folk here in Maine, and we're getting poorer by the day, just like the rest of the country. That dollar doesn't go as far as it used to, folks. And you know that. But how do you get people to open their eyes, and how do you get people to think? How do you get people to think? They're just on automatic pilot. They're just taking it one day at a time and not worrying, not stressing, not stocking up, not looking down the road. Just not looking. They got the blinders on. The brain's not working. The brain has been muddled. It's just been muddled. I don't know if the cell phones are doing it, or some people blame 5G. Some people blame this. They're just dummying us down, folks. And this is a lady my age. She's my age, folks. And it's not like she's a young whippersnapper that, you know, their brain hasn't fully developed, so they can't think as critically as the rest of us that are, you know, up there a little bit and have lived a little bit. And so I don't know, folks. She never even thought $2,500 more a year if the prices stayed exactly where they are now, and we all know they're going to get worse. That 2,500 turns to 5,000. It could go up to 10,000 or more easily. Easily. The way things are going. So, continue to stock up. Stock however, wherever you can, folks. However and wherever you can. Food is food at this point. You know, it used to be stock only the foods that you like. Then it went to stock only the foods that you will eat. I'm afraid that it's going to come down to stock whatever food you can get your hands on and grow. Because a hungry belly will eat. Right? So if you can get a can of beans at the $1.25 store for $1.25, then that's a good meal for 1 or 2 people, right? For $1.25. I don't expect those cans of beans will last very long for those of us who are seeing what's coming. We're going to stock up, whether we like beans or not. I like beans, so it's all right with me. But there are a few that I don't, like those big kidney beans. They're mealy. The texture is. I would eat them, goddammit, if I was hungry, though. I would. So I guess that's it. I just got home and before it got too dark, and thought I'd jump in front of the camera, and I did throw a couple of sticks of wood on my stove and in my stove. I got to go collect the eggs, and I did see that they still had water and food, so that's good. So, hope you're all having a good day. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.